Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub Pub Sports Radio, Friday, March 18th. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy, Fresh Trot Wham, ready to break down a Friday NBA card. It is a huge slate, 12 games on tap tonight as the countdown rolls on. Pubapalooza, it's not that far away, less than a week in San Antonio. So getting ready for that. Looking forward to it as well. But we got still a few days before that. We got a huge card to break down here on the NBA Pub Hub. Actually, it was a good decision that we took the day off yesterday. It was only one game, Detroit-Orlando. It was a terrible game. So a nice day to recharge the batteries, have a day off, watch the tournament. But we're back today and ready for this Friday slate, and it's a good one. It's a big one. We'll see if we can get some winners. It continues to be, good runs with the best bets. We'll try to keep that going as well tonight in this game. Let's start with Dallas and Philadelphia here. Good one here between the Mavs and the Sixers. Philadelphia 3-point home favorites, 217 the total in this game. I like Dallas here. You're going to give me points with Dallas, better defensive team. I'll take that. Obviously, look, that was a sweat and a half watching that finish against Brooklyn. Man, what a basketball game that was the other night. Terrific, back and forth, big haymakers between Luka and Kevin Durant down the stretch. Just a phenomenal finish. And then, of course, Luka draws all the attention to him on the game-winning shot, and there's Spencer Dinwiddie getting the three at the buzzer, crushing the soul of his former team, and getting the win at the buzzer for the Mavericks. Just an incredible game that was, back and forth, 113-111. Philadelphia, they won their last game, 118-114 against Cleveland. As far as the lineups go for this game tonight, from the Philadelphia standpoint, it looks like they're going to have pretty much everybody available. Embiid as well. I'd expect him to play. He was at shoot-around. He's been dealing with a back issue, but I'd expect him to be in there. Everybody's good to go for the most part for Dallas. The only people that are out are the guys they've been missing for a while. I think when you look at it, you got two motivated teams, but I'm going to take what I think is Dallas here, plus points, better defensive team. I think that's going to win out in the end. Give me the Mavericks here, +3, +3.5. Dutch, we'll start with you. Mavs, Sixers.
Yeah, man, real quick. Salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. It is Fresh Friday, and be sure to hit that motherfucking like button like I just hit that fresh plane, a wedding pie, and get you right where you need to be. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the motherfucking madness, but we're here to make some NBA money. So this is where the real money's made, man. That motherfucking madness is what it is. Shit is crazy. But real quick, I do want to touch on the Mavericks and Brooklyn gang because, the freshest look. I had it at 1.5. I gave it out on the show, and then the fresh, by the time the show went, it was 2.5. So real talk, I guess in Wi-Fi land, after thinking about it and sitting it down, I'm hearing my guy Jimmy out. I guess 15-1 is what it has to be for in Wi-Fi land. But in the real world, motherfucking fresh looks 16-0 because we hit it with the big shot by Dinwiddie. But it is what it is. But tonight we're gonna right back to the motherfucking Top Gun, Luka the Don and the motherfucking Mavericks, man. I agree with everything Ian said. I'm surprised that this numbers went to 3 in the hooker. I mean, honestly, I think the Mavericks are super undervalued right now. I mean, there's no fucking way possible they should have been getting 7.5 against the Celtics a week ago, and they won that game outright in Boston. I don't think they should be getting 3.5 here. This game should be a pick'em to me, and give me Luka the motherfucking Don over James Harden. And I believe Embiid will eat, but I don't like really what I'm seeing from James, and I never really do. But I've already think the shit's kind of already going to go downhill pretty quickly. But the Mavs in this spot have been money, so you're going to give me a dog with 3.5 that I think can win outright. I have to go strictly off value here, and I do believe Luka will get the job done. Now they're 7-0 ATS last 7 as a dog, 4-0 ATS last 4 as a road dog, and 6-2 overall against the number last 8 meetings versus these boys. 8-1 straight up last 9, and they won the last 5 games on the road. I believe they have a better defense than these boys, and I believe they'll be able to attack. Look for Jalen Brunson too, back in Philly. The Villanova cat. Look for him to have a big game. Probably. I just don't really trust anybody besides Thibault out there, who obviously will be focused on Luka the motherfucking Don. So look for Jalen Brunson to show out. Dinwiddie's been playing big. This team's got a little chemistry going right now. Dinwiddie's fitting perfect, averaging about 18, hitting big shots for him. Luka's sharing the ball. We talked about Finley Smith. The guy's fucking nice, man, doing what he has to do. Then I look at the Sixers in this spot, 1-5. 1-5-1 ATS last 7, 3-7 ATS last 10 at the house, and 1-4 overall against the Western Conference. So I don't think we can trust Philly here, and we go ahead and take the Mavericks. Maybe if you want to sprinkle a little bit on that motherfucking money line, I ain't mad at you, but give me the 3.5.
Yeah, good. I'm actually fading the line move as well in this game. I'm going with the what the hell was that?
It's like as soon as I unmute, the motherfucking motorcycle come. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn.
Oh my God, the motorcycle in the
What type
background.
of
Yeah,
timing is that?
yeah, it
That's
is.
that Cali life, man.
Yeah,
Hey, it is
it's
what it is.
never a dull moment when you're living in Cali. You're right. There's always
Hey,
something
man.
going on right outside your front door. No doubt. I like the over a little bit in this game, and I know Dallas is good defensively in that, but I find when they play, the higher powered teams, they kind of get pulled into a little bit more higher scoring, and we've gotten 5 points now of value. It opened 222, it's down to 217. At 217, especially with Philly involved, all they do is push pace and try to score. They're not great defensively lately. I think it can get over that number 217, but I like Dallas even more from a side perspective. Wham, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I think Dallas is the spot here. I am taking the 3.5 plus money on the money line. Split the unit on money line and the points there, just in case it's another close game. It seems like Dallas been in close games the last 2 games, so obviously, points may be really needed in this game. But I would say over the last, what I would say though, the best bet for me in this game is gonna be Spencer Dinwiddie, bro. Come on, man. It's obvious, man. He's definitely fit in perfectly in this situation. While the Wizards are just looking terrible, looks like he got out of there just in time. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, this Philadelphia's defense, they haven't been playing that well over the last 5 games. Ranked 16th defensive rating, man, and allowing opponents 39% from 3. Now, I know they're a top 10 3-point percentage team for the season as far as holding opponents. But that's for the season, man. After making the big trade, maybe that throws a little bit off the makeup of the DNA. And we know that Doc Rivers ain't making any adjustments here. So this may be here to stay, get them giving up this 3. I think Spencer Dinwiddie continues to go over the 15.5 points, hit 7 of the last 9 games, averaging 21 points over the last 6 games. This is definitely a look for me for sure. Spencer Dinwiddie continues to cash over 15.5 points.
Had the hot hand. Why not do it? And he's been terrific since getting acquired by the Mavs. All right, next up we've got it's not that. There it is. It's Denver, Cleveland here. Next up, we've got Denver 2.5 3-point road favorites in this game. Total 225.5 across the board in this one. The total's definitely gone up in this game, and obviously the reason for that is because I find with Cleveland, a lot of their games side-wise, total-wise, they're directly correlated with the status of Darius Garland. And, of course, Garland's in tonight, confirmed in for the Cavs. They play with more pace. They're better offensively with him, and I think that's why the total goes up. I could see the over here. Denver scoring in bunches right now. Their defense is kind of hit or miss, though, at times, especially of late. Cleveland coming off a 118-114 loss in their last game. I actually think Cleveland might be the side I consider as well here in this game, with all due respect to the Nuggets and the way they're playing. But you get Cleveland here plus 2.5 as a home underdog in this game. Might be something to consider here. They have a valiant effort for them the other night against Philadelphia. Obviously, they're still without Jared Allen. He's still going to be gone for a long period of time. But when I look at it here, obviously it's going to always be difficult to try to deal with Jokic down low. But you at least have Mobley, Markkanen, and some bodies to try to get the ball out of his hands and get him to be less of an impact. You're never going to shut him down completely, but we'll see if they can have success doing that. But I lean to the home dog here, Cleveland in this spot. And also, I agree with the move up in the total as well to 225. Cleveland and over for me would be the way I would go in this one. And obviously, look, the interior defense for Cleveland without Jared Allen, even though they've got Mobley and Markkanen out there, Allen would be one of your better options against Jokic. So that's why I think points will be scored both ways tonight in this one. What do you think, Wham? Denver, Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the standings here just to make sure I'm correct here. Both of these teams, as far as the Cavs and I'm sorry, not both of these teams, but the Cavs and the Raptors, they're both tied, so they both need to continue to win. They're battling for the 6th seed here. Maybe something that they try to do. But in this game, man, I think that the Cavs, probably are going to be a little bit better offensively. than what they've been as of late. I do think that the Nuggets, their defense really ain't really too much to be spooked on. They're going to try to score. Their offense is going to be there for sure. Cavs played Detroit on Saturday. Then they play the Lakers on Monday. So they really shouldn't really care about those next two games. I think this one is the game that they key in on for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I'm thinking Darius Garland is probably a good spot here. Obviously, he's been scoring. I'm thinking of taking a scoring rather than assist because LeVert came in and stole all the assists last game. I don't want that shit to happen again. So maybe just stick to the points with Darius Garland is the play here. And that's the way I'm looking here. Nothing officially yet, but that's the way I'm betting.
All right, there we go. All right, Dutch, what do you think here with Denver, Cleveland?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy, Sammy B, Star Child, Rance, Mr. H-Town, Nets Bets, Eric Jones. I see you, my guys. Yeah, man, this game's tough. It really is to me. I believe, people in the chat, it's no secret. Joker should eat. Mobley's pretty light in the tank. I know they got that other cat that's pretty long coming off the bench too, but no Allen. And you're going to bring Love in there. Joker's going to do his thing. I think Denver's the better team right here. But, I watched the Cleveland-Philly game, and Cleveland did impress me. They didn't go away against Philly. And B was eating at will. So look for Joker to do that. But, Cleveland was right in that game. I believe, depending on the number they cover, I think they at a push right at 4 against Philly. So I don't know. I don't want to bet against Denver here. And the trend definitely tells you that Denver is the play here on the road. They're 5-0 ATS last 5 on the road versus a team with a winning home record. 8-1 overall last 9 against a number on the road. 7-0 straight up last 7 they've went on the road. So they've been winning these basketball games. It's pretty much little. I think it's actually dropped now. So it's pretty much asking them to win here. The Cavs, on the other hand, 1-5-1 against the number last 7. As a dog. So as a dog, they haven't covered a number. They haven't been very good in this spot, and they're 3-6 straight up last 9 overall. So the Cavaliers haven't been playing the best basketball. I know they have guys in and out, and obviously we touched on Allen being out. So I just don't trust Cleveland here. This is a coin flip game to me. I would definitely lean the better player, and I believe the better team, the Nuggets.
All right, Portland, Brooklyn. Next up, Nets laying a big number, 14.5 home favorites here, 227.5 being the total in this game. I like over the total. I'm staying away from I'm off Portland now. They finally lost for me the other night. They got their brains beat in by the Knicks, 128-98. So I'm finally off Portland tonight. I'm going to bet on points though, over. Brooklyn still defensively, they could go through the motions. Portland does still have effort. Obviously, eventually that porous roster, that weak roster is going to show up, and it did the other night against the Knicks with Williams, Hart, Winslow, Watford, Eubanks. It's about as thin as it gets. But they're still playing with some offensive effort. I think Brooklyn will slice and dice this team. The Knicks just put 128 on them. I'd expect Brooklyn to do the same. Brooklyn coming off the tough loss against Dallas. They're not a team I'm ready to lay points with. I'll tell you that right now, 14.5. But I don't want Portland either. It's a clear. I want nothing to do with the side at this current number, 14.5. I'll just look for points. Give me the over here, full game total. Nets team total over might be something to consider as well. What do you think, Dutch? Portland, Brooklyn.
Yeah, shout out to our girl Tiffany, Alfonso Scott. I see you. Winner's Circle, new cat in the chat. I like it. But yeah, this is gonna be the first official backwood for me. Backwood this motherfucker.
I had a sense this would be it, the first backwood right here, Portland and Brooklyn. There it is for Dutch, first backwood. Wham, Blazers, Nets.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think the team total over for Brooklyn, maybe even the first half, over 63 points is a good spot there for Brooklyn. I just don't see them playing any defense for either team in this game. Obviously, you're not going to have Kyrie, so you're just going to rely on KD to hold it down. Seth Curry is going to be most likely in the lineup, so I do expect him to get his shots. But you said one of my guys here, but I see his points is getting a little outrageous, man. 14.5 points. I think that's a little too much for Trendon Watford here. He did hit double digits 7 straight games, but 14.5, man. You kind of expecting him to have a dub here, bro. So I'm going to stay away from that. But that's the way I was looking if I was a big bet in anything. But 14.5 points, I just looked at it. I'm not touching that shit.
There we go. Let's get it back up. Backwood again.
Yeah, real quick before I forget, because I already forgot once. Big shout out to our guy Twan Win for the $4.99 dono. Muchly appreciated, bro.
Yes.
And I dig the bet. My guy. Much love. My fault. I'm loaded, man. It's Friday. I forgot you. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, Tan Nguyen, we appreciate that very much. Thank you for the dono. Much appreciated. All right, next up, we've got the Lakers. And didn't these teams just play? They did earlier this week in LA, and here they are again. So East versus West, usually when it's East versus West, these teams only play each other twice a season. They usually spread it out. It's usually, one game against each other at dead, then it's another couple months you see them. No, we're seeing each other twice in the same week here. Lakers and Raptors. Toronto 8.5, 9-point home favorites, 225 the total in this one. I'm not betting the Lakers. Period. Let me just start by saying that. No way, no how. But when you look at this point spread, you had a chance to take the Raptors. What were they? 4.5, 5-point road favorites in LA on Sunday, and they were in a better spot. Now they're on home off a long road trip. They've been on the road for a while. They had a great road trip overall. Beat the Clippers, beat the Lakers, beat the Nuggets, beat the Suns. What a road trip for this Raptors team. Now they're coming back home. It smells like a flat spot coming from a mile away, that they aren't sharp, that they don't play well, and the Lakers maybe hang around. And now you got to lay 9 instead of 5 like you laid with the Raptors in LA earlier in the week. So that's my issue. Toronto or pass. Let me make that crystal clear. If I recommend a side in this game, you either look Raptors or you leave it alone. But I think I'm going to leave it alone because the line's higher. It's not a Raptor spot. They're off a long, successful, great road trip. It's just not a Raptor spot. It's not a spot I'm comfortable laying 9 with them. But I don't want LA. Easy backwood for me here. With this one, Lakers and Raptors tonight. I had the Raptors against the Lakers and the Clippers, but I just see this coming from a mile away with this group. And they've done this before where they have a nice road trip. They come home and they lay an egg. They did it against Portland. I remember they had a game against Portland at home off a long road trip, and they were awful in that game. So I worry about that for the Raptors tonight. They could beat LA in their sleep, but are you going to get their best game tonight? I don't know. What do you think, Dutch? Lakers, Raptors?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Zachary, Bo Jackson, Mr. Ray Charles in the building. Like in Siakam over 8.5 rebounds. I see my dude. Lucky Power, Brown Crawford, my guy. Yeah, this game, man. I mean, the thing is like I'm gonna back with this motherfucker, but you already know it's Toronto or nothing. And the thing is, I wouldn't expect Toronto to sleep against the Lakers because Russ is gonna show his ass up there and be bullshit, but still talk that bullshit. And LeBron going to do some dunk and then start dancing on a motherfucker when they're down 15. So people want to beat the Lakers, because of these reasons. They still talk shit when they're that trash. Come on, man. Just take the L and keep it moving. But, yeah, so I'd only look Toronto here, but I got enough plays today. I'm not going to lay the 10 on the road or at home.
Yeah. It is all right. So backwood here for Dutch with the Lakers and Raptors. All right, Wham. I know there's talk about the Raptors, Wham. Talk about the Raptors because you don't have anything more to say than you've already said a million times about the Lakers. So talk about the Raptors here.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to do, Ian. That's exactly what I was going to do. I'm going to go right back to the well with Scotty Barnes here. Scotty Barnes took the Lakers to the shed, did what he wanted to do to him. Offensive rebound. Based off of effort, man. Based off of effort. There's no effort on the other side. You just got to continue to fade it. I think we got to continue to fade the Lakers in the first half, even though this Toronto team, like you said, coming off the road trip, that is definitely a difficult task. Plus, they haven't been really good in the first half at the house, only covering 3 of the last 10. 3, 6, and 1, I may add there. But for the most part, against the Lakers, man, I think they are going to be able to cover the 5. So I am taking the Raptors -5 first half. That's going to be an official play. Play that I did bet. I did take Scotty Barnes over 17.5 points. I think he gets it back, go back to the well there. But I'm not going to talk too much about the other side. Like you said, we already know. Just go back and watch some other games.
Yeah.
If you don't know about the Lakers, you will.
Yeah. We know they suck. We know that they're hot garbage. Right. We know it's a dumpster fire. Right. We don't have anything more to say other than that with the LA Lakers right now. All right, Memphis and Atlanta next up. Grizzlies open 3-point road favorites here. Now they're up to 5.5 now. Road favorites, the Grizz in this game total currently 237 here in this game. That's Memphis, Atlanta, by the way. We'll get that changed. But yeah, Memphis and Atlanta. Memphis, I like them here. I like them in this spot a little bit. I agree with the movement. There's going to be, I believe, some personnel issues for the Hawks tonight. in this game from the looks of it. Trae Young, game time decision. Gallinari, John Collins has been out for a while, but Trae Young questionable with a left quad injury. Gallinari with a biceps injury. He's had a multitude of injuries lately, including the bicep injury, which he got against Charlotte on Wednesday night. So you're worried about his status a little bit for this game for Atlanta. And obviously, if Trae doesn't go, that's going to be trouble. And you've seen the money come in accordingly. Kind of maybe a telltale sign that one or both of those guys, Gallinari and Trae Young, may not play tonight for Atlanta, considering the way the line has moved in this game. Memphis has won 4 in a row. They beat the Pelicans, the Knicks, the Thunder, and the Pacers. Can't necessarily say they beat a bunch of good teams. Atlanta, when they're healthy, can still be pretty solid, but Atlanta has just been a disaster for anybody backing them. They're 0-7 ATS last 7? Haven't covered a point spread in a very long time. If they are down Gallinari and or Young, and it's looking like one, but possibly both of them may miss this game, then don't hesitate. Jump on this now. I'm going to split it up. First half -3, full game -5.5 here for the Memphis Grizzlies in this one. I've been betting a lot of the overs with both of these teams, quite honestly, but I don't know. 237 without Trae. Trae is such a. I could only bet the over with Trae. If there's no Trae, I'm going to stay off the over and stick with just Memphis. If Trae does play, I'll add the over and still keep Memphis. So that's where I stand on this game. Wham, what do you think? Memphis, Atlanta.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you. I think Memphis continues to continue to score, being able to do whatever they want, averaging to the season high right now, 71 points in the paint over the last 5 games. This is ridiculous, bro. Like, they could just do whatever they want down there. As far as opponents, field goal percentage, they're averaging. I'm sorry, they're not ranked 10th in that regard as well, and 10th in defensive rating. I think you mentioned it as well. Atlanta just giving it up defensively, man. At 21st in the defensive rating, 27th in opposing field goal percentage, giving up 50% over the last 5 games. They just really don't have no defense there. Missing out on your boy John Collins. For look like foreseeable future, may not be playing for the rest of the year. So that's taking an L there. And then you're losing the veterans guys that that's not gonna play defense if they are out there anyway, and Gallinari. So I think the line is telling the movement as well. Obviously, it was a shorter number. Once the news start to come out towards a little bit favorable for the Hawks, the line is moving towards the Grizzlies. I think for rightfully so. So I like the 5.5 if you would take that. I did take the 4 though with the Memphis Grizzlies. I just think that they're going to be a better team in this game. So to whoever, if you really want to be knows, like, they're not going to stop them down low, and that's pretty much how I look at it. If you're not going to stop the Grizzlies down low, they're going to do whatever they want, especially getting job back. So I like the Grizzlies today. All
right, like in the Grizz. How about you, Dutch?
Yeah, man. Who's this? Harold Williams said Watson to the Browns. Man, if that's real talk, man, hey, Karma's a motherfucker.
Man, that's why I can't think funny? Right now. I thought he was coming to my team, bro.
Yeah, Karma's a motherfucker, bro. Like, he must have did something wrong to end up in Cleveland. Yeah.
Oh, he got a brown shirt on too.
Yeah, someone made a tweet after the trade, and obviously Watson now member of the Cleveland Browns, and they rejigged his contract as well.
Right.
So he's actually going to get a huge upgrade in money. That's why he went to Cleveland, because he initially didn't want any part of the Browns. Now he's going to get paid a shit ton. Now all of a sudden he's all for playing in Cleveland.
Yeah, because he's gonna have to give away probably about 50 mil to all these motherfucking ladies. You know what I mean? Done got a little weirdo with, but I like. Hey, Deshaun Watson, one of the biggest fucking studs out there, talent wise, but this motherfucker is a little weirdo now. But yeah, he'll be in Cleveland, man. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. But yeah, back to.
Well, I just want to say one thing, Dutch, about the tweet. The tweet that someone posted about the trade, saying about the AFC North and the quarterbacks. The AFC North will now feature Deshaun Watson, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson. Potential for a decade of elite quarterback play. What? No love for Mitchell Trubisky and Pittsburgh, the other quarterback in the division? What's going on?
And name those quarterbacks again. Name those quarterbacks again, Ian.
Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Deshaun Watson, all in the AFC North. But no mention of Trubisky in Pittsburgh.
They got 2 elite quarterbacks in that division. They got 2.
Hey, give me the AFC West, man.
All day. They only got. I mean, Lamar above average in my opinion. But yeah, let's get back to. before
Elite's a little
everybody.
strong. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
elite.
Dutch.
Come on, man. Yeah, you're not elite, bro. Burrow's close to elite. He ain't even at elite yet. But yeah, man, let's get back to this money making motherfucking Memphis Grizzlies, Grind City. I like it, man. A lot of people in the chat looking at the Grizzlies early. I'm not mad at that. They getting rested, and I believe that's why the number has creeped up a little bit because he was questionable, didn't play last game, and then now he's the news came out he's on track to play, and then obviously. The question marks, but I believe Trey will play. He's questionable every fucking game. Gallinari is really actually beat up though, and which that's big because we've touched on it. They don't have that's who they were starting as their four with Collins out, so they're gonna get beat the fuck up. To me, this is Adams and Triple J. My man Wham Bam touched on it a little bit. They're just gonna eat down there, man. Whether it be rebounds, just bullying them, getting second chance points. Keeping the game alive. I believe Ja will outplay Trey. And then you got Baines and Brooks to lock down these guys. I don't think Hurt or none of these guys are really going to want anything, have anything for him defensively. So this to me is just a clear mismatch. I know, you touched on it, Ian. The Hawks are 0-7 against the spread last 7, but they've won, I believe, the last 6 at the house. So they find a way to win at home. But I simply believe Memphis is just a better team here. I got it in at 4.5. 5.5, whatever. I believe they'll run away with this game. And this is a real key spot right here because, somewhat of a revenge. You could call it a revenge spot, actually. November 26th, the Hawks beat the Grizz in Memphis 132-100. So I believe, we might have forgot about that, but I'm telling you right now, these motherfuckers didn't forget about that. The Hawks put a 32 piece on these motherfuckers. I look for Ja and them boys to go in there and handle business. They are 8-1 straight up last night against the Eastern Conference. Like I said, there's levels to this shit, and I believe, Memphis is just a better team.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good situation for Memphis. I don't want to turn this into NFL pub up, but I'm going to say one last thing. The AFC is destroying the NFC in terms of quarterbacks and on paper going into next season. I mean, my goodness, it's unbelievable. Like the AFC is just ridiculous with quarterbacks now going into next year. I mean, the NFC top to bottom compared to the AFC, you can't even compare the two now. We got Skee Profit fresh off. Yeah. Yes, definitely. We got Skee Profit with us, fresh off a 3-point shootout earlier today. Skee, welcome in. How did that go, and what do you think here, Memphis, Atlanta?
I shot as worst as I shot in my life, so it didn't go good.
You brought your Ben Simmons game with you today.
No, I brought my Russell Westbrook game.
Oh shit! You weren't even hitting the backboard, homeboy.
I wasn't as bad as Russ, but for my standards, it was as bad as Russ. So
better next time.
Yeah, I'll
Wrong
be better
Bruin jersey, bro. Wrong Bruin jersey.
Hey, you know how it is when we on this show. We say, "Oh, this team went out last night. That was partying." That's how.
That's exactly what it was.
That's you every night,
out there with
bro.
James Harden. He was out there with James Harden.
It's all good. So Memphis, right? I'm gonna take first quarter team total over 30. They average 30 or a little bit more than 30. Last 3 games, I know they averaged like 34.7. And Hawks been giving up, I know, like the last 5 games, I want to say. Excuse me today. I lost my note sheet. But I think the last 5 games, the Hawks in the first quarter allowing like 31.6. So it's a play that has been like an auto bet. You know what I'm saying? So Memphis first quarter team total over 30.
All right, like in the first quarter team. All right, rapid fire with Skee, the 4 games that we already talked about. Dallas, Philly, Skee. Go.
Oh, man. Help me out with the point spread because I haven't seen
Philly 3.5. Philly 217 the total.
Okay, I probably would go towards Philly just because Dallas has a game tomorrow, and I know fading those teams who have a game the next day when the other team doesn't. The last couple of years, it's been like 55, 56%, and Philly, I just feel like they got to make a push. They've been playing bad lately, but. Don't feel strong. I'll bet Philly or I'll bet under because I know the pace for both of these teams, bottom 5 the last 5 games, and both defenses been playing better than the offenses. So I look at Dallas last 2 weeks. Their games are only averaging about 212 points. And I think I heard you say 217. So lean under, lean Philly, Denver and Cleveland. Yeah. I'll probably just and what's the spread there?
Denver -3, 225.
Yeah, I'll probably play Denver. They've just been playing better basketball than Cleveland lately. You look at the last 5 games, they're better offensively, defensively. They've been a better rebounding team. Cleveland, another one of those teams who has a game tomorrow. So I think Denver gets it done. They've won 6 of their last 8. It's pretty much just asking them to win here. I would be on Denver.
And next up, Portland, Brooklyn.
Never Portland. So Portland team total under. Well, Brooklyn don't play defense. So I guess you either do, maybe Brooklyn team total over or just lay with
full
Brooklyn.
Game over. I did full game over and Brooklyn team total over. So, yeah.
I can understand that. I won't be playing this game, but never Portland.
And our next game, sorry. You may have wanted to say something about it. Lakers and Raptors.
Nah, absolutely not. You good. How'd you do? You already had the backwood set up. You can keep that on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not touching that game.
I knew it. So I was like, oh sorry. My bad. I forgot to ask you. Yeah. No, so that was the lock of the year right there. Never mind a bet on the board. That was the lock of the year. Skee backwooding the Lakers tonight against the Raptors. All right, Washington, New York next up. We've got New York 6-point home favorites, 226 the total in this one. Look, the Knicks are playing better right now a little bit. They're covering numbers. I certainly want no part of Washington. But the moment I feel I'm going to actually break down and take New York and bet New York, it's the game they're going to shit the bed or something. That's always that fear that I have. But no, there's no way I back Washington at the moment. I mean, it's just a dreadful team right now. They got drilled by Denver, and I laid the 6.5 with Denver at Washington the other night. A horrible basketball team. 5 straight losses straight up in ATS. At least the Knicks now, they've covered 7 in a row going into this game. So, yes, for the first time in a Knick game, if I'm betting the side, it's the Knicks, or I don't bet it. What do you think, Skee? Washington, New York.
Yeah, it's no if. For me, you fade these Wizards right here. They last 5 games, they lost their last 5, losing by an average of 12 points per game. Last 4 wins for the Knicks, I think they're winning by an average of like 24.7 or something like that points per game. It's been all blowouts. And last time we were on the show, I used the Knicks as the best bet. Everybody's like, Knicks minus 12? Hell no, I'm not laying out the Knicks. They blow them out easy. So Knicks, the best defensive rated team the last 5 games. Wizards, the second worst. Wizards play the Lakers tomorrow. They did just get whooped on by the Lakers, and they got a few ex-Lakers over there. I just personally feel like they'll care more about that game tomorrow, get a little bit of get back for Kuzma, KCP, etc., than this game tonight. And the Knicks, Rob, I don't have the exact quotes. I talked to my guy Rob Vino this morning, but to sum it up, he said the coaches, kind of sounded like 2 different things. Like Washington, the coach sounds like they don't know what's going on. And then Tom Thibodeau sounded like, he's liking what he's seeing in practice. The guys are locked in. So I'm going to roll with the squad that's locked in and the squad that's playing better basketball right now. And the first half also, I think the Knicks are 7-3. And the Wizards should be like maybe 3-7. Y'all bear with me with the numbers. They're not on the money because I don't have my note sheet, but I did do my homework this morning. So Knicks first half, Knicks full game. That's what I'm rocking with.
You know what the turning point was? Well, the Dallas win was a big turning point. The fact they went to Dallas and crushed the Mavericks. But the start of this better run was that Phoenix game where they played the Suns really good, really tough, and they should have won that game. And they let it slip late, and they get beat at the buzzer. That was the sign of the switch getting flipped for the Knicks. And really ever since then, they've started to come together. They've started to put together some better basketball. And I think they're making their push now to move up the Eastern Conference playoff chase. And Washington.
They've only covered 7 in a row, Ian.
Yeah, no, and that's when it started. The Phoenix game. That was the game when the point spread streak started, and since then that gave them some momentum, some confidence. We almost beat the Western Conference champs, finalists last year, and since then they've played better. And I want no part of Washington, New York. For if I were to, and I actually might lay it here with New York. What do you think, Dutch?
Yeah, man, go ahead and lay that shit. Shout out to our girl Tiffany liking the Knicks too, and my man Skee, he might be faded, but he's seeing real clearly on this motherfucker. He came with the stats too. Now he mentioned that they won 4 wins. Their last 4 wins been average of 24 points per game. Now they're 4-4 in the month of March. Their 4 losses have came against Philly, Phoenix, the Grizz, and Brooklyn. Average loss 5 points per game. Those are 4 fucking pretty good teams that they've been in the games with. Ian touched on it. They've almost pulled out the win against Phoenix as well, which is where this all started. They've covered obviously 7 in a row, like they talked about. But I like what I see here from the Knicks. They played well against Brooklyn in that game too. Should have probably got out of there with a W. But I believe they'll have the 2 best players on the court in Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. They're playing better defense. Obi Toppin's giving them solid minutes off the bench with quickly. I got the Knicks at 4.5 last night. I do endorse the 6. But yeah, I really like this game. And really, what we do is damn near auto fade in the motherfucking Wizards. And we got on the other hand, we got a team that's been fucking covering for us. So it's really easy money to me. The Wizards are 0-5 ATS. Last 5 against the number 1-4 straight. 1-4 ATS last 5 on the road. 0-5 straight up. Last 5 on the road, and the last 5 losses have came by an average of 12 points per game. So they don't only lose; they lose by double digits here. So I look for the Knickerbockers to feel good on these motherfuckers and put it on them. December 23rd, the Wizards won in New York, so also kind of a revenge spot you have here too. I look for this game to be in the 20s. Honestly, by fourth quarter, I love the Knickerbockers tonight.
All right, not liking loving the Knickerbockers tonight here in this one. The Knickerbockers, by the way, was a oldies group from the 60s. They had a big hit, Lies, reached number 1 in the 60s. Nobody knows that but me. Only I'd know that. What do you think, Wham? Washington, New York.
Yeah, and this is the play-in implications as well, man. Like you mentioned, Ian, I think they may be giving their Knick fans some little fake hope that they could get to the play-in, being down 4 games and shit, with a short amount of games left. They're gonna give that fake hope out, so they're gonna sell them tickets. You already know that. But I think what Rob was alluding to, what Skee brought up, was that Wes Unseld was pretty much saying that some of the guys on this team is not doing research on players playing defense on the other side, not knowing what the guy's go-to move is and shit like that. That shit sound like that was supposed to be your job in scouting, though, coach, in my opinion. So like, I do agree. I think it is a little bit, maybe the first year coach shit starting to catch up to him. And then along with what he was saying about the Tom Thibodeau, I think that's just showing how consistent it is right now. When you see a team on the run, you don't touch it, you leave it alone, you just keep going. That's the old mentality there. I really like the Knicks, bro. I really like the Knicks today too. They've been playing really bit better defensively. Number 1 defensive rating, number 1 in opponent's 3-point percentage. The team that's on the other side ranked 29th and 28th in that regard, giving up 42% from 3 in the Wizards. I don't think the Wizards gonna be that good, even if they do play the Lakers. I think they could lose to the Lakers again. You know what I'm saying? They that bad. So and I think the Lakers getting smacked today. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how I really feel about the Wizards. I think the Wizards just really going to get opened up tonight.
All right, there we go. A clean sweep here for New York in this one. All right, we got Indiana and Houston next up on the slate here. We've got Houston, or Indiana rather, in this game. Hold on, we'll bring the banner up. There we go. Indiana 4-point road favorites, 243.5 the total. Look, I don't want any part of the under, but at what point is it just too high? To go over the total in some of these games. I mean, we're looking at now 243.5 now when it comes to this total between the Pacers and the Rockets. I mean, it's getting up there. A pretty high number that we're dealing with this total. Maybe a small bet on the over, but man, it's high. I mean, it opened 239 and it's gone up further. That would be the way I'd play it. I mean, certainly I'd lean Indiana. They are, I guess, for their standards, playing somewhat better. I mean, they did get drilled by Memphis, though, in their last game. I just can't make a case for Houston. It's Indiana or nothing, but I might just stick with the total here. Wham, what do you think? Pacers, Rockets. Oh, you're muted.
Gosh, my fault. Pacers maybe without a few more guys there.
Yep.
I'm going to just circle in on Jalen Green in this game. I do like Jalen Green a lot. Last 6 games, averaging 21 points, shooting at 15 attempts, 15 and a half attempts, 52% from the field, 43% from 3. I think he continues to do that. The Pacers are allowing 28th ranked defensive rating over the last 5 games. Houston's no better, so they're going to give up the points. That's the reason why the total is so high. So I expect it to be a back and forth type game, but I just think Jalen Green is going to get hit. So I just took the over. Jalen Green, my apologies, just threw that off. 18.5 points at -109. I think right now you're getting maybe -120, but I still think he gets to the 20 points mark. So over 19. Oh, to get 19, I think he gets that for sure.
All right, Dutch, what do you think here, Indiana, Houston?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Rance, Chip Piler. Appreciate the kind words, my guy. I get money, man. Hey, man, you said it best, bro. Well said. But yeah, back with this motherfucker.
There we go. I knew it. That was going to be backwood. Come on, Pacers, Rockets. We know Dutch well enough to know that was going to be on the list. What do you think here, Skee?
The only way to bet this game is, or not the only way, but you have to play some kind of over. Both teams, Pacers giving up 124 points per game in the last 2 weeks. Rockets 122, pretty much. No defense, Ole defense. So over is the only way I'm playing in this game.
All right, only the over here in this one for Skee, and I'm in agreement. Yeah, it would be over nothing for me. All right, we got Oklahoma City and Miami. The Heat, 16-point home favorites in this game. Big favorites against the Thunder, and the total right now 217 across the board. A lot of points to be laying, but at the same time, we know the Thunder, they've suffered through a lot, and a lot of key personnel out for them. Including it looks like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander still dealing with the ankle injury, which he did play through against the Spurs and still end up getting 34 points in that game. Unbelievable. I mean, this guy's a warrior, and I'm not just saying that because he's from my city, but this is a bad team that's not going anywhere, and you're going to put up 34 points through a bad ankle? What a job by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander the other night. But will he play here? He's questionable, and of course we know Lou Dort out for the rest of the year. Favors is out. Giddey is out. It's just unfortunate to see the injuries mounting for the Thunder. For Miami, you've got looks like Jimmy Butler, game time decision and questionable tonight for this game. Butler with an ankle, PJ Tucker with a knee injury in this one. So we'll see if they're able to play. As far as Miami is concerned, they don't play tomorrow, which is a good sign. So I don't see this being a major look-ahead spot for the Heat necessarily, coming off the win against Detroit, where they did not cover, though. 105-98, 14-point favorites. Oklahoma City did play much better last game. They almost beat San Antonio as double-digit dogs. It's a tough game. I mean, and it's tough to wrap your head around betting the Thunder. And I think if SGA's out, any thought of taking the Thunder goes out the window. I lean Thunder. I still may not bet it anyway, even if he does play, but it's just too many points for me to lay it with Miami in this spot. So maybe a small lean to OKC. Other than that, I probably pass. Well, what do you think, Wham? OKC, Miami?
Yeah, man, they're giving it way too many points over there on OKC, bro. I love SGA too, man. As far as SGA been balling, like going crazy. Like you said, man, that's crazy. That's dedication. That's something that I think the other teams that's really going to contend next year. Maybe y'all peel up SGA. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could get them Lakers. Somehow, some way. Yeah. Figure out a way you guys can figure that out. Speaking in existence, man. SGA on the Lakers? Come on, bro. That'd be fine.
I'm not saying I don't want it, but
yeah, I'm just saying. I'm hoping
he's got more heart and guts in his bad ankle than the whole Lakers team has in their all bodies.
That's what I'm saying. We need something like that. But neither here nor there. Right now, they're allowing they're averaging 16 turnovers. Man, they just gonna give it up. I think the Heat already showed that they're top team. Defensively, man, I wouldn't want to jump in front of them at all, bro, just to be honest with you. So it is a backwood for me, but I think this is not even more of an exotic. This is one of those, you don't have nothing else to do. If this was a short card, I'll probably be on the Heat, but for the most part, I'm staying away.
Yeah. SGA 34 points through an ankle on a 20-49 basketball team. He did that the other night. You could easily say, "Oh, piss on this. I'm not going to play. We're not going anywhere." But credit to him. Dutch, what do you think here? Thunder, Heat.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Jay Peasy. Tasha, I see you, girl. Yeah, Jay Peasy said it right, man. Back with this motherfucker, man. We ain't fucking with this game. This is not exotic. This is nothing. This is boo-boo.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they're pricing you out of taking Miami, or pretty damn close when they're laying this much. Skee, what do you think?
My bad. OKC ain't playing no damn defense. You know what I'm saying? They're giving up damn near 130 points per game. So either you're going to bet the full game over, or you're going to bet Miami team total over.
Yes.
Miami team total, I think, let me just check here. I want to say it was like 115-ish, 116-ish, 116 and a half. So, I just told you, OKC giving up 130 last 2 weeks. Got to take it. Especially, I don't care if Jimmy is out, any of these guys out. That just means Duncan Robinson going to shoot more threes. Hero going to shoot more. So, I like the over for the Miami Heat team total if I'm playing in this game.
All right, liking the Miami team total over. Hard to disagree with that. Because you're right, the Thunder, since Dort's been out, there's been no defense. That is true. New Orleans, San Antonio. We've got San Antonio 2-point home favorites, 237 being the total in this one. I think if you're going to get involved in this, you want to know what's going on with the Pelicans. They've had some personnel disruptions as of late. And it looks like as far as this game goes tonight, Brandon Ingram's already ruled out, as well as and Devontae Graham. It looks like game time decision as well with a hip injury. CJ will play. CJ McCollum, Jones, Hayes, and Valanciunas will be there, but Ingram probably won't be. As far as the Spurs go, we've got Romeo Langford out, Doug McDermott out, and it looks like Josh Richardson game time decision as well due to a calf injury. So keep an eye on that. So you got questionable players both sides. I still lean New Orleans. I think they're a little bit more trustworthy than San Antonio. It bothers me that Ingram's out. Graham may not play as well, but they have CJ. I would think, though, that they got a chance still to win this game. San Antonio is another one of those teams. How do you bet them under right now? They're not playing much defense. So I lean Pelicans. I lean over the total in this game. Dutch, New Orleans, San Antonio.
Yeah, man. Dr. 24 with the kind words, man. Very muchly appreciated. Much love, bro. Fucking churros. Hey, I'm getting ready for that trip, bro. Some tequila, thinking about what we're about to do. But yeah, this is clear backwood, man. I'm not playing
this game. All right. I still think Pelicans would be the side there. Even, like I say, I backed away because of Ingram being out, and now you've got Graham questionable.
But I still take New Orleans. Spurs?
You got mostly Richardson and Langford and McDermott. You're going to have their main cogs are going to be there.
They're going to bust their ass. I expect that.
Yeah. Vassell's going to play. Of course, DeJounte Murray's out there. It'll be fun to watch DeJounte Murray in person a couple of weeks when we're watching Memphis, San Antonio down there in San Antonio for that game. So that'll be a fun watch there. Grizzlies and Spurs when we're in there for the Pub-A-Palooza in San Antonio. All right, Wham, New Orleans, San Antonio.
Yeah, man. Keldon been hooping too, bro. Averaging 23 points, bro, over the last 6 games. He's been out there. I think this is a backwood for me, though, man. I just can't wait to be out there, though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's coming fast. It's coming fast. So we'll be out there next week. It's nothing. I'm gonna leave it alone, though.
All right, backwood for Wham. All right, Skee, what do you think here? Pelican Spurs.
Yeah, I don't really like this game, but it's another game where neither team's really playing defense. Yep. What's the total for this game?
237.
Okay, of course.
Yeah.
Pelicans, I think, are giving up like 121 to opponents the last 2 weeks. And for San Antonio, like closer to 120. So if you look at just what both teams are giving up, get you up and over the total. San Antonio's playing at the 3rd fastest pace last 5 games. New Orleans 10th. I mean, I would want Ingram in if I'm playing over, honestly, but there's no defense. So it's over a pass.
I agree with that. All right, Clippers and Jazz next up. We've got the Jazz 5.5-point home favorites, 213.5 the total. Huge move on the Clippers. Clippers were double-digit dogs earlier. Now we see them just currently right now 5.5-point underdogs, and the reason for that is obviously Donovan Mitchell has been ruled out for this game. Bogdanovich isn't going to play as well for the Jazz, so that's been the response here is the money flowing in on the Clippers, who look. Say what you will about the Clippers. They're flawed. We're not going to be able to evaluate how good they are until they get Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Norman Powell back. It's 3 of their best players right there. This team fights, and they don't give up. And just ask the Raptors. Raptors were leading that whole game, and there's the Clippers, trying to cut that lead down to like 3 or 4 points in the final minutes there. I mean, with Reggie Jackson, too, that guy competes. Say what you will. He definitely does for the Clippers, and I'm still of the belief that, with the Jazz having these personnel issues tonight, no Mitchell, they're struggling to cover numbers at home. That's been a problem lately for Utah. You're not getting the best of the number, but I don't mind taking the Clippers here. I mean, they battle every night. They've been good at times in this road dog rule. I'm not ready to lay points with Utah at the moment. So Clippers for me if I'm betting the side here. What do you think, Skee? Clippers, Jazz?
I mean, it's hard to back the Jazz if you don't have Mitchell, you don't have Bogdanovich, if I only look at the numbers, Jazz have been playing much better last 5 games. They're top 10 in all the categories I care about, really close to top 5 in all the categories I care about. I look at the Clippers. I think they can get the Jazz here just because of those 2 guys that are missing. But the thing I want to say here is the Jazz, 43 wins, 29 covers. They win by an average of 15.3 points per game. How I feel about this is, if you like the Jazz, they're going to cover. If they're going to win a game, they're going to cover for the most part. Not every time, but when they win, they usually win by margin, is what I'm saying. And, so if you like in the Clipper side, I don't think you need the points. If you like the Clipper side, you should feel like they're going to win the game and be on that money line. So I'm not sure what side I like, but that's my opinion.
All right, Dutch, Clippers, Jazz.
Yeah, man, I got H-Town, LJ, liking Jordan Clarkson over 21.5 points. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I like Conley tonight, though. He's been stepping his game up the last couple games. I've been watching him. He'll probably eat tonight, to be honest with you. And they got that Alexander cat from the Pelicanos, too, coming off the bench. Give him some minutes tonight. But, Clarkson going to be more than happy to take Mitchell shots. And you get Conley in there. I mean, Conley's been playing pretty good. I think Gobert will have a day. It's a backwood to me, but I think I don't like seeing everyone in the chat, everyone talking Clippers, because I don't really fuck with the Clippers, and I don't want y'all to lose your money. Because I have a feeling Utah probably wins this game, but yeah, I'm a backwood bitch.
All right, backwood for Dutch in this one with LA and Utah. Wham, how about you, Clippers, Jazz?
Yeah, man. I like the Clippers, man, for sure. I like the Clippers today. Y'all know how I feel about the Jazz, man. I feel like this shit is over. And it's only right going against a team that's playing pretty high level. And right now, this is probably the highest you're going to get without PG. And then when you implement PG and all those guys back in, then we'll see what we're looking at as far as a grand scheme of things. But as far as the Zubac, man, today's bro birthday. So I'm going to go with the Zubac double-double at plus 240, man. I think that's probably a good look. He's averaging double-double over the last 7 games. 11 points, 11 rebounds, 10 points. So I'm going to go in that direction. But as far as this game, that being official play, it won't be official play. You probably won't see that on card. It's just something I'm jumping on based off of the circumstances here. And I believe that they have been speaking on him in particular about how they need to figure out their rebounding. That's the problem, what they've been doing. They've been bottom 5, tinkling with bottom 5 over the last few weeks. So I think right now they're at the 24th mark at rebound percentage. So I would think that they probably emphasize the rebounding here, especially without Mitchell in the lineup. They're going to be able to passing the ball around. Hopefully they can figure it out. But I really want to hit the money line, like you said, Skee. You feel me? Especially after hearing your breakdown, bro. But I'm going to just stick to the double-double with Zoo. I'm going to just stay with there.
All right. Next up, we've got Boston, Sacramento. Boston, 9.5-point road favorites. And what's the total here? 224.5 in this one. I think Boston's the side here. It's a question of is it too many points to be laying on the road? They don't have a look-ahead spot or anything like that. Their next game it's against Denver, but it's a couple of days away. On Sunday, they play the Nuggets. We'll see if how they fare prior to that. When I look at this game, though, even if they're distracted, which I don't think they will be, they're playing great. They really are. They're playing good basketball. What are they now? They're on a 24-7 straight up run in their last 31 games. They're on a 6-1 straight up, 5-2 ATS streak. They're playing good basketball. Their defense is as good as anybody right now in the NBA. Sacramento, they just lost to Milwaukee at home by 9. I think Boston probably can get this by double digits in terms of the margin. I might do a rare first quarter, first half, full game, and just split it up evenly with those 3 on Boston. A little Boston -3 first quarter, a little Boston -5.5 first half, and a little bit on the -9.5 full game, just in case they come out strong, maybe fall asleep later. I think this is a good game to really, spread the wealth, if you will, between first quarter, first half, full game, if you like Boston. What do you think, Skee? Celtics, Kings?
I didn't hear is Fox in? I know earlier he was game time. Let me see. I'm refreshing. He's still game time.
I'm muted.
I'm muted?
No, I am.
No.
Yeah, questionable. Right hand injury.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard to really look towards Sacramento's way, especially if you're not going to have Fox out there. Boston's just been playing too damn good. When they win, they usually win by margin. Another one of those teams, who wins by double digits. So they've been the clear better team, probably the best team in the NBA the past month and some change. I think they could win this game by double digits. So I know the last time they played, they whipped their ass by 50. So why can't they win by 9.5, especially if Fox doesn't play?
Yeah, it's definitely that's going to be they absolutely crushed the Kings before, and that's the only thing. Maybe they just take Sacramento for granted. I don't like betting on teams just for that reason. What if Boston's not up for it? I don't like doing that because if Boston is ready to play and plays well, they'll win this by double digits. What do you think, Dutch?
Yeah, our guy that said Marcus Smart to injure another player minus 120. Well, I don't know. It sounds like Steve Kerr's ass, man. I gotta watch the play again before I get in on that, though. I can't lie.
It ain't one play.
Huh?
It's multiple. It's a lot of plays.
With Marcus?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. That's because you like all these soft motherfuckers like Steph Curry, Trey.
Hey, I'm about to pull your card one time real quick, Dutch, because the other day you was cutting up saying Caruso not a defender, and now all of a sudden you know what I'm saying, I don't know, bro. You cutting up.
I said Caruso's a defender, but he's overrated. He's a solid defender, but he's fucking overrated. He's completely over fucking rated, bro. But he's a solid bench role player, motherfucker. Nobody should even really know the dude's name like they do if he wasn't in LA. But yeah, man. But yeah, these motherfuckers get touched right nowadays. So yeah, somebody plays some real physical basketball. They're dirty nowadays. Come on, Marcus Smart's the guy you want on your fucking team. You're not gonna let that shit slide. But yeah, man. What game we talking about? Back with this bitch, man. Fuck it.
I knew one was coming.
Those are the best. That's bullshits about something totally unrelated, and then just all of a sudden, which game is it? Oh yeah, backward this thing. Yeah, there you go. That's the best backwards on the show right there.
Hey, I will say this though, De'Aaron Fox ain't getting 25 tonight. So if you do want to bet this game, take the motherfucker under on De'Aaron Fox because Marcus Smart gonna swarm that ass, and then y'all could be crying about how he's so physical tomorrow. But take the under on Fox if you do want to bet the Sacramento game.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, I'm gonna back with this game as well. I'm gonna start off with just saying I like Cameron Payne over 7.5 assists. He's averaging 9.7 since CP3 has been out, about 9 games in total. So Cameron Payne over 7.5 for the next.
There you go, and there you go. So that's Wham right there with Chicago Phoenix. So we can just go right to Dutch and Skee and me for that matter with that final game. Chicago Phoenix 5.5 point home favorites, 231 the total in this one. Are the Bulls going to be able to compete here? I don't know. Obviously they fell apart in the fourth quarter against the Jazz. I can't do it. I can't do it. I said if they didn't cover against Utah, I'm not taking Chicago again on the road for the foreseeable future. And I'm not doing it tonight. Just not, especially when Phoenix is better than Utah. There's no question. I don't care that Chris Paul's still out, Cam Johnson's out, Crowder's banged up. I don't give two shits about that. They could still beat Chicago by 6 or more right now with the way the Bulls are going on the road. So Suns are past for me, Dutch. What do you think?
All right, my man Ian finally got out the motherfucking Chicago Bulls on the road. I'm glad you did, brother. Yeah, because they're
no more fucking bull for me. Yeah,
no more bullshit on the road. I see you. Yeah, man. Someone asked me, hey, Smart's a hell of a defender, but Drew's the best that come. Okay, the best that come is Drew motherfucking Holiday. So yeah, that answers that question. Shout out to our guy Nasty Nate. But yeah, man, you know where we're going. It's only Phoenix and nothing here because, like my man Bobano said, Chicago's a fade on the road. 0-6 ATS last 6 against a number on the road. 1-8 ATS last 9 overall. 2-7 straight up. So overall, they just haven't been playing that good a ball. It's due to the injuries, and I guess they were expecting the savior motherfucking Alex Caruso to come back, and ain't shit happened. But they've been losing and ain't covered shit since he's been back. But 1-4 straight up last 5 versus the Suns. 0-5 ATS last 5 on 1 day's rest. So yeah, man, if you want to bet this game, which I probably pull a little wham bam and wait till a little later, see how these earlier games play out, and I'll be on the Suns late night. Because I do believe a little bit of the Bulls money come in. And I expect the Bulls to snap this streak eventually on the road, but not in Phoenix. So, yeah, it's Phoenix or nothing for me.
Yeah, not Phoenix or nothing for Dutch. Absolutely. All right, Skee, Chicago Phoenix.
A player shoot, can't defend. They don't play no defense. They play defense. They don't shoot. They're not good enough. Can't win. You know what I'm saying? Phoenix and Chicago. It's Phoenix, man. You never play Chicago on the road. Yeah. No, you can't play Chicago on the road, period. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a winning record. They've been terrible.
Don't beat good teams.
I think they're 0-5 the last 2 weeks on the road. They don't beat good teams, like Ian said. Suns just been better last 5 games. Every category I care about their top 5. So Suns are nothing in this spot.
All right, Suns are nothing, and I agree with that. All right, great stuff with Dutch, with Wham, with Skee. Another week in the books on the NBA Pub Hub. We'll get right to net profit college basketball. We got Connor Maxwell Smart coming up next, and we have Best Bets, Dutch's Freshest Look coming up next as well. Southtown 101, San Antonio, Texas. That place better be getting themselves ready because there's a avalanche about to rain in on Southtown 101 next week. It's everybody coming down there for Pubapalooza. But check it out, Southtown 101. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke, where yours truly will be doing some of that in person starting next week. We've got, obviously, Manscaped, promo code PubSports, 20% off your purchase, Lawnmower 4.0, or any Manscaped product, 20% off, promo code PubSports, MyBookie.ag, NBA, college basketball, NHL, UFC, and more. Sign up for an account. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit, MyBookie.ag, promo code PubSports. All right, best bets and Dutch's freshest look now to wrap up the Friday show and another week here on the Pub Hub. Wham, let's start with you. What do you like for best bet?
Yes, sir. We're going to go to Philly. We're going to go back to the brotherly love state. And I'm going with my brother, Spencer Dinwiddie, over 15.5 points. Hit 7 of the last 9 times, averaging 21 points. Go back to the well with Spencer Dinwiddie, over 15.5 points, man.
All right, back to the well. Spencer Dinwiddie, over 15.5 points. Best bet for Wham. Skee, what do you like for best bet?
Hey, yo, Tiff, where you at? Where my girl Tiffany at, man? They only covered 7 games in a row. You know what I'm saying? We're going Knicks tape tonight. First half full game. You're going to smack the Wizards up. Get paid.
Smack them up. There we go. Wizards, or the Knicks, rather, against the Wizards. -3 first half, -6 full game. Knicks, double up. Best bet for Skee. All right, Dutch. I don't know, 16-0, 15-1, whatever you bet it, whenever you bet it. Who the fuck cares? It's an amazing run. Dutch, how are you adding to it? Freshest look.
Yeah, man. Hey, I knew Skee was gonna say that too, because he been talking shit the whole show. Ain't gonna take the look, but it's cool though, because I'm glad he's on the motherfucking Knicks, and so am I. And I'm not switching it. It's the freshest motherfucking look. We're going to the NY to get that motherfucking W, and the Knicks will be balling to the motherfucking window. Lock it in. Best number out right now is 5.5. I got 4.5. 5.5. Make it official at BetMGM. Lock it in. Knickerbockers handle motherfucking business.
There you go. New York Knicks for the Dutch with the freshest
Shout out to
look.
our girl T.
Tiffany, we're all on your side. We're rooting for the Knicks tonight, even me, because I'll probably bet them too. Now I'll get in on it. All right, best bet for me. What is it? 23-6, something like that. It's a great run, nevertheless. Let's see if we can add to it. I'm going to go to Dallas here. They were good to me the other night. I'm going to trust them to be good to me tonight. +3.5 against Philadelphia. I like getting points with this team on the road, and I think they can get it done tonight. Mavericks +3.5 against the Sixers. Best bet for this Friday NBA card. That'll wrap it up for
Hold on. Yeah. I just want to say, hey, I gotta be respectful, man. Don't be on no other shit, bro. For real. You know, we got ladies in here. Just don't be on no other shit like that. That's it.
Yeah. Be good, everybody. Don't be motherfucking respectful, especially.
We got a few ladies in this motherfucker. We gotta take care of them. Come on.
Man, don't be scaring the girls off. You weirdo ass motherfuckers. Don't be doing that.
Don't you do that, you sons of bitches. Stupid bastards. Come on. I don't like that.
Hey,
respect the women. That's all we ask for.
Respect us.
Actually, you can disrespect the fuck out of the 4 of us. I don't give 2 shits.
Right, yeah.
Don't disrespect.
Talk shit about me all day.
No, that's the exactly.
They've been lighting me up, talking about I'm high and all type of shit. I ain't saying none of y'all. Can't wait to fly.
Asking how come I say I always get the better number. Hey, because this is what I do, bro. As soon as the motherfucker shit hits the board, I'm attacking these games, bro. We don't do the show until 1 o'clock out here on the West Coast.
Yeah, we have to go with the numbers as they are.
I do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have to mention the lines as they are, unfortunately, at this time of day. So that's the way it goes. But great week again of shows. Next Friday, a week from today, we'll be doing the show in San Antonio. How cool is that going to be? It's going to be a lot of fun. Great stuff. We got college basketball net profit coming up. Skee Profit, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham. I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the NBA. Enjoy the March Madness. Cash some tickets. Enjoy the games. Good luck. And we'll see you again Monday for a brand new week of the NBA Pub Hub, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. You know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Yo, real talk. Salute to the real ones. Hey, and fuck the weirdos. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, but stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man. Knickerbockers.